What's up, y'all? It's Ronnie G here with another Wednesday webinar. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been since last week since we spoke. Well, not really because we talk in the chat. But welcome back to Wednesday webinar. We finna kick it off. Got some exciting news, some things that we're gonna go over. I am sharing my screen. Hope y'all can see that. Now, what I wanted to go ahead and jump into is the IWM. As y'all know, I've been kind of walking y'all, not kind of, but I've been walking y'all through the process of the IWM and getting back in this trend. So right now, I'm on a 1 year, 1 day chart. The IWM is back in trend. It had a big spike today, which was expected. It did hit. Now, I'm not going to brag on myself too much, but I did mark this weeks ahead of time before it reached this point. I marked this oval right here, this green dot that y'all see. I marked that thing, and I said that when it hits this sweet spot, that I'm going to consider buying. And I was a man of my word. I bought in. I bought into CBWTF, which is a cannabis stock, which is technically in the health sector. So the IWM is now back in this trend. If you look at the wider perspective, you can see that this is the trend I'm talking about now. We had just a terrible, terrible, terrible month of September and October, and it was just terrible bad. But we are, at the late beginning of November right now, and now for 2 weeks it's been going up, and I'm thinking that it wants to stay within this uptrend. Now, I know a lot of people panic. I did videos over that, over don't panic, don't trip. The market, it will go back up eventually. A lot of people said that it was going to crash. Now, it may crash tomorrow, but right now, what it's doing, I'm excited. There is opportunities out there, a lot of green. The last time I did the video, you seen a lot of red. Just go check it. Even 2 weeks ago, you seen it. So, yeah, it's back. So, yeah, I'm playing CBWFT, and I'm gonna go to the 2 hour chart. Entry at 90.13 cents. So that I'm really excited about. It has this U-shaped pattern that I really like, kind of like a Nike check. And Nike check is more sideways a little bit, but this is more of a bigger dip. You can call it the hook pattern if you want to, but I call it the U. It's kind of like making a U form. If you draw it out here, I'm gonna draw it out for y'all. That U form, as you can see right here. I like this U form pattern. And it has a lot of upside. I alerted this in the stock room. In the chat room, which is the stock room. I don't know why I'm tripping. Yeah, so I alerted that thing in the chat room. So y'all do have a scope about that. I did let y'all know before I got in. And I think I alerted that thing maybe 10 minutes before I got in. So yeah, plenty of time to get in. I posted it on the timeline where my buy entry, like I said, it was actually 91 cents and 33 thousandths. And then my sell target is at $1 right here. That's my sell target, but I gave myself a range between $1 to 115. So if it pushed past this $1 range, I will hold. If it doesn't, I'll go ahead and sell my shares at $1. I'm kind of doing a mental sell order. I do not do mental stop orders. I do set my stops where they are at. Legit entry. Legit stop orders are placed in working. My stop is at 78 cents. So it's right below the support line right here that I drew based on the old resistance. And that's where my stop is. Now, the overall market is doing great. So I'm wanting it to keep riding up. My thought process on that is that this is kind of following suit of the overall market. Therefore, I'm wanting it to continue to go up with the overall market. So if the overall market starts to drop, I will consider maybe, cutting my profits. I mean, my profits short, or my losses short too. So I may cut it real quick. I may not. But yeah, that is my entry, my latest entry. I'm excited that the market is doing good. I'm excited. I mean, it's just a lot of plays, a lot of money to be made. I made some money during the bearish market era, but I didn't make too much. So now I'm excited. I want to maximize my account. I'm only at 41,000 this year, which is my worst year, but I'm looking to end off really good as probably one of my second best years. So if I can get over 60,000, it'll be my second, my second best compared to 103,000. My first year of trading live. So yeah, I want to kind of go over my watch list. So I did alert KG, and with that alert, this alert came this day, and it's already been up roughly 40% since then. Let me do that for y'all one more time. Roughly 40%. So I'm thinking that this is going to drop a little bit as it did try to reach its highs. So it will drop, and I think it will trend just because it's been in the uptrend. It just started it. It hasn't been in an uptrend for a while. So I think with the market rallying, overall market's doing really good, that it can do it and it's possible. So I will be keeping watch on this. Missed this run up right here, but that's okay. Wanting it to drop a little bit. Yes, I said that. Sometimes I want stocks to drop so I can get a good price. And so I won't have to pay that, retail price. I'd rather pay wholesale than retail. So I wanted this to drop a little bit, and then I'll consider buying. Maybe I can see it supporting right here. It was an old resistance right here that can become the support. So the stock may support around this area. But you have here a double, kind of like a double bottom, but this was more spread out. So it doesn't have that sharp point. But you can see that this is a W right here. And I'll draw it out for y'all so y'all can see it. Stocks retest itself. They always like to retest their highs. So there you go. This is kind of a W double bottom pattern. That's what I recognize, but trended out for a long time. Caught action right here. It's doing pretty good. Anybody who traded that, congrats. EMPH, I've made money on this stock before. I'm on a 90-day, 2-hour chart. It's just crossed above the resistance right here. So this stock is playable. It does have some upside. I do have a resistance right here around 617. And so that's 11% right there. You're going to make at least 10% if you look to get an entry price tomorrow around 560. So I think that's a pretty good range. It can break past this and go up here and try to retest the 727. It can do that. So I am watching this stock as I'm going to play CBWTF. I'm going to take advantage of this early market run. It may not last long. I don't know how long it's going to last. Nobody really knows. We can just work off probability, but this is what my thought process is on that. Is just, if the overall market is obviously getting back in trend, there's going to be a lot of more excited people than Ronnie Green. So I'm going to take advantage of that because it may only last 3 days. Boom, over. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Look to invest, look to trade some stocks. And right now, cannabis stocks are doing good. I am paying attention to the sectors as well. So anything can happen with that. Now, NOG is on my watch list as well. It's kind of doing that Nike check U pattern. So this is buyable right here. I do see a resistance right here. So if you're looking to buy shares tomorrow, if it was me, I will be buying. It's already above the resistance right here. So you have that U type pattern. Not the Instagram look, but more of the realistic look. You can buy up here. There is upside to the next resistance. That's 7%. It could break past and reach the highs up here. And that's 17%. That's 23%. That's 32%. and that's 40%. So not a lot of, exciting upside, but, if you want to capture 10%, if you wanted to buy at 317 tomorrow, 10% return is really great, and it will get you, if you can sell at 350, that'll give you a 10% return right there. So that's on my watch list. I will be watching. This one was alerted by one of the members. Forgot who alerted it, but that was a good alert. I liked it. I really did like it, and I think that this has potential. And I want to pull up my watch list so y'all can see who alerted it. Somebody alerted it just the other day. Yeah, bro. So Kay alerted it. Very nice alert, man. That was really good. I think that the stock does have upside from its, yesterday's high. So once it passes that, I think that'll be good. That's at 20%. And then it has more upside up there. So it has a lot of potential. It just has to break past. The reason I didn't want to trade this is because of the recent drop. I just want to see it start trending up again and start to rally up before I think about trading it. Another one is OGRMF. And again, we're on the 90-day, 22-hour chart. And it did kind of the same thing that CBWTF is doing. And then NOG is doing. This stock is already rallied up. It has upside to $6 range, almost to the $7 range, 668. And that's 509. It's at 509 right now. So from 509 all the way to 668, that's a 31% upside. So you do have some potential right there. And this is making the same pattern. It's above the SMA. I don't really like that it has low volume. That's really not my biggest attraction. I really like stocks with high volume. And with that being said, I'm not really too excited about the stock. I was excited about AVP. AVP, if you look at the daily chart, you can see double bottom, W pattern. What I didn't like about it is it did started to trade above the resistance, above the neckline of the W pattern, but I did notice that it did drop and start trading below it, and I don't like that. That just shows me that it's a sign of weakness, and so I'm not looking to trade that until it can show me more volume. I need to see more volume, but I need to see it rallying up. And maybe a good entry will be, somewhere up here, but maybe 3% above this breakout line, which is 215. So maybe that'll be a good entry up there. If you were to buy at 215, you do have upside. You have a resistance right here. That's a 5% upside. But this is the main attraction, resistance. It had a big fall. So anytime you recognize a resistance point of where the stock has risen before and has fallen so hard, that is going to be your major resistance line because it was on an uptrend and it fell. So that upside is 18%. You can grab 10% right here, and that's around your 236 area. So if you were looking at buy at 215, you will sell at 236 for a 10% profit, which is really good. Yeah. So I got some stocks on my watch list, y'all. And if you're wondering why my head is turned, I am on triple monitor right now. So my chart is over here. I will show y'all because I know y'all not used to it, but my chart is over there. And the next stock is MTNB, making a U pattern. Upside up here is 30%. This is a lower price stock. So this is a healthcare company, biopharmaceutical. I'm thinking it can be a potential play. Now, volume is not super, super high, but I think volume is close enough. Now, this is a doji happening right now on the daily chart, which is the 1 year, 1 day chart. So we're on a daily chart right now. I didn't like that. That's why I didn't want to play it. This was one of the stocks I was like, okay, it can do something, but I need to see it rally again before I even consider anything. This is the one I was looking at. Obviously, it failed. It couldn't, continue to trend up. It failed. So I will scratch this off my watch list. And that's pretty much up to date on my watch list. Um, Lately, something I've been just recognizing is that, during this season, and this is, from experience from my 3 years, 4 years of trading, is that during the political seasons, political races, during the holiday season, which is the fourth quarter, there is a lot of activity. There is a lot of political news, a lot of world events, and I think that that plays a major role in how the market moves. So if there's a lot of good news, a lot of good things going on, then the market's going to do well. So pay attention to that. Like I said, something I do is watch Twitter. Watch Twitter, look at the trending topics, anything political and business related. I look at those topics and see what's going on. If it's something bad coming out, I probably will step back or close one of my trades. That's just how I will operate in this season. So take note of that. These webinars, these Wednesday webinars won't be as long until, we get a lot of more action. So that's a good thing. I won't hold you too long. I won't bore y'all with my commentary, but that's from my watch list. That's from my scanner. And I'm going to basically continue to watch. I will keep y'all up to date and give y'all commentary on my CBWTF position. So just stay tuned. I really appreciate everybody from hanging in there and taking a step back from trading and just kind of just letting it play out for those who went into paper trading, trying to figure some things out. A lot of good feedback from that, a lot of, good strategies. So hopefully y'all can use that into any season or the next, bear season. But I'm thinking we're back in a bullish season. I may be wrong, but I'm banking on that. I'm hoping that because it's going to be a lot more easier money to be made. That's pretty much it. You know, I'm going to encourage y'all to always stick to it. The day-to-day process. You miss one day in this and you're rarely new. You will, not saying you will lose interest, but if you stop learning, you will forget what you already learned. So stick with it. Keep yourself motivated. That thing and that why, the reason why you got into this, keep it on your forefront. Always keep it on your forefront. And that's pretty much all I have for y'all folks. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all later. Peace.